Hey guys, today we're going to do a video on how to make 100% char cloth out of all natural materials. A while back we did a video on how to make char cloth out of 100% cotton, and that's great, but you can make 100% char out of natural materials too, just things that you can find in your area. What we're going to do here in a little while is we're going to get up and I'm going to kind of take you on a little walk and show you guys some of the simple things that's just made in nature that you can use that works just as good as 100% cotton. Just keep watching, guys.
Alright guys, here's a dead standing tree that's been pretty much completely rotted out. See how bad a shape that's in. And a lot of the time whenever you come across a tree like this, you can take your knife and you can stick it into some of this stuff and get some of it out. And you got this real sponge-like material. Let's see how spongy that is. That's going to make really good natural char. Alright guys, that is what we're looking for out here at the lake today. Some cattail. That's a really good example of the natural material that you're going to be able to make char out of. I've already gathered some of it up. Got some right here. You can see. We're just going to break this up. I'll show you real quick. See all this fibrous material in there? It's almost like cotton. Just break it up a little bit. And that'll be pretty easy to make char out of. Here's some cedar bark for you guys. You see this? This should work really well for making char out of as well. Managed to find us some fungus here growing on this fallen over log here. You see it all over it. I know you can get a coal if you char some of this stuff with certain types of fungus. I've never tried this kind before, but we're going to go ahead and gather some of it up. See if we can have any luck with it. Alright, we managed to find us some more fungus growing on these trees over here. You see, this is the top. That's the bottom. And we're going to try cutting these into kind of smaller pieces and try to use them that way.
Alright guys, we're back at the fire. As you can see, I've got all this material that I gathered up kind of separate. We're going to char all of these up, and I'm going to show you guys how well it really works. And what I got here is I got two different tins here. They're just soup cans. I got a smaller one, and then I got a bigger one. And I'm going to put my material in this small one. And I'm going to put this big one on top of it. I'm going to turn it up like that. And then I'm going to put it in the fire. That way air can escape it, but air's not going to get back in. You don't have to do it this way. There's other ways to do it, but this is how I like to do it. But first, we're going to start off with some of our cattail here. Just going to take it, break some of it up. Put it in just like that. Kind of tear it up into pieces and just drop it in there. And now we're just going to take it and put it on these coals. You don't have to have a big fire going for this. You just want it to be hot enough so that it'll kind of char your material inside the tin. We're going to give that some time to char, and we'll come back when it's done.
Alright guys, as you can see, that smoke's pouring out of that tin now. That's how you know that it's being charred. Whenever it stops smoking, then you're pretty much done with it. You might want to give it a little longer just to be safe, but there's no real hurry. You can't really over char it. But once it's done, you're pretty much good to go.
Alright, alright guys. Went ahead and I've pulled this can off the fire. I made me just a pair of tongs. It's a pretty simple pair. It's just a green stick I split halfway down, and then I put another stick down here just to kind of brace it. That way I got a pair of tongs. Works really well. But after you take this off the fire, you're going to want to give it a few minutes to kind of cool down, because if you take it off too soon, it's going to start burning right away because the oxygen's been reintroduced to it. And that's pretty much what you're trying to avoid. You want to take all the oxygen you can out so it doesn't burn. But we've had this off for a good 5 minutes or so. It should be fine to tip over and try out. You can see that. It's completely black. That's what you want. But the ultimate test to see if it's worked is to take some of it out. We'll just dump a bunch of it out. We're gonna just do that. And we're gonna get a flint and steel and see if that'll really take a spark. As you can see, guys, it's kind of buried in there, but see that? There's that one, guys. There we go. You see that? Cedar bark works pretty good. Went up like nothing.
That little piece cut. Stuff went up real easy too. That piece too.
Alright guys, we was able to get sparks on 4 different types of all natural material. We got it on the punkwood, we got it on the fungus, we got it on cattail, and we got it on that cedar bark. And those are just some of the materials you can use to make char out of. You can use things like thistledown, work about the same as cattail fluff. I mean, you just got to kind of have to experiment with the materials that are in your area. I've even done it with just dried leaves. Dried leaves don't work great, but I mean, they do take a spark, but it takes some doing to get them to go. And they're not great for birds' nests and things like that. They're a little bit too thin. But just try out all the materials that's in your area. There's a lot of different stuff you can try out. Things that are really fibrous work the best for me. Things like cattail fluff, obviously, and just like tulip poplar bark. Once you process it down a lot, you can use it. Like I said, just experiment, try different things. You just never know what will work until you actually try it. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks a lot.